So we are live. Not that it's not been working on the on YouTube. So we're just going to wait and see if it comes up live on YouTube. So if anybody has come, we are waiting to see if my live comes up on YouTube. I've not seen any sign of it yet, so we will be just waiting on Jon S. No, so okay, we're on. We're not on that. I've got one of my other channels has got a notification, although it's not showing up on my live. It's not showing up there at all. Let's just go to my videos again, just see if it comes in. Sometimes I need to refresh. Oh, there we are. There we are. Now let's see if it's coming through. Last time it decided to wipe it completely clean. It started okay. It started okay last time. Yeah, it's a bit. Oh no, are we back in? Yeah, we seem to be okay. So it's quite cold. I am going to keep my jumper on. I don't care what people say. So it might be my last live. I really, I ummed and ahed about coming on this one. I did one yesterday and nobody turned up. I did one this lunchtime and nobody turned up. Well, 6 people turned up today and stayed for about 30 seconds each. So, I'm not... if we get through to about 10-15 minutes and there's nobody in, we won't be doing anything. So we're going to just look through perhaps one or two of the games. Look through Birmingham, Northampton. Why not? Birmingham, Northampton. See, Birmingham are playing a 4-2-3-1. So they're quite confident, aren't they, to put one up front. Just Jay Stansfield up front. Bang. Yeah, that is... determination at its best, isn't it? Allsop with Laird, Clara, Bellick and Cochrane at the back. Ouch. And then midfield, Anderson, Iwata, Williamson, Sung Ho and Alfie May. Hang on a minute. Now they are putting 2. Alfie May isn't a winger. They'll be putting Alfie May up front, won't they, with Stansfield. So yeah, 4-4-2 really, isn't it? So yeah, okay. Against a 3-4-3, so Northampton are going all-out attack with Pinnock, Sam Hoskins and McCarron up front, and just McGlaw, Baldwin and Guthrie at the back. It'll either work, guys, or it won't it? I mean, this is either going to be a 1-0 win to Northampton or a 6-0 win to Birmingham, isn't it? With that sort of setup, yeah. Absolutely took for. Well, you've got Stansfield and Alfie May up front, and then you got him. Yeah, absolutely. We'll see about that. So we had Wrexham 1, Mansfield 0 this morning. So Wrexham are keeping up the pressure on Birmingham, who are second in the league. We have Birmingham, of course, Northampton. What about then Wigan versus Wycombe? Because Wycombe could actually theoretically extend their lead, but Northampton would have to do something really amazing. Wigan are Tickle in goal, Sibic, Kerr, Aimson and Robinson at the back. Matt Smith is a floater. And then across midfield, Francois, Smith and Thomas. That's different, isn't it? Then yeah, I don't know where they've changed that to midfield line. Asgard up front. Wycombe, Ravizoli in goal, and then back 4 of Pattenden, Lowe, Taylor and Harvey. I think that's changed as well. And a staggered mid of Odenimna, Onidimna, yeah, Morley, Humphreys, Scowen and Udo, and Richard Cohn up front. I think so. The both have made changes. That's gonna be interesting. So you could we could actually see Wickham sail into the lead into the lead of the League One table by 3 points today, but it's highly unlikely, isn't it? Let's face it. I mean, just look at the fact of where Birmingham are and who they're playing, and you think, no, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. But let us just go into my resubmit that so that we can get to see the games. Remain logged in. So we have at the moment Derby Plymouth, Leeds QPR, Norwich Bristol City, Portsmouth versus Preston, Sunderland versus Coventry. And then we have in League One, Birmingham Northampton, Bristol Rovers Lincoln City, Crawley Huddersfield, Exeter Charlton, Leyton Orient Blackpool, Peterborough Cambridge. That'll be an interesting game. Can Cambridge keep their good luck running? Stevenage Reading, Stockport Bolton, Wigan Wickham, and the Wigan Wickham one could be interesting as well, couldn't it? Like if Wickham can keep going, I think they can. It'll be very interesting. That at the top of the table will be looking very interesting. Oh dear. Crumbs. Let's see about which one. I don't know which one we've got with. That one's not on. Let's see if we can find one. If we go into the Premier League, it will actually tell us which ones I'm allowed to listen. So which ones are open? Oh, just Norwich Bristol City then. So it has to be Norwich Bristol City. That's the only one we're being given in the Championship and League One. I'm going to reboot this, and the reason I'm going to reboot it is simple, because the sound's gone off this one, which is really, really strange. I don't know why the sound's gone off. But yeah. I said restart. Go for it. So I'm going to restart it. I know I can get sound on the phone, so I'm not really too bothered. But so what we got? We can go in with that one anyway. We know which one we have to go into. Ooh, there's lots there. Look at all those. Ooh. Lots of videos we could go into, but we're going to be listening to, because it's the only one we can listen to, is Norwich versus Bristol City. So there we are. Norwich versus Bristol City. Correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market. It's fun to be involved. Don't forget when it's fun to bet, according to that, which I think is a bit short-sighted, isn't it? Well, I suppose it is a betting site. Good luck. So we're listening to Norwich versus Bristol City. Norwich haven't won in the last 5. Bristol City at least have won 2 in their last 5. The first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market. It's fun to be involved. Don't forget when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our opportunities. Good luck. We're going to go about, I'm going to leave it 15 minutes. If we only get one viewer who comes in and disappears, then I will be going. Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to... Whee! So, we are about there, guys. We should be starting any minute soon. Well, that's certainly made a noise. So here we go, and we'll be playing the Norwich Norwich game when we they're all started. And let's go to the Portsmouth Preston game. Preston are just knocking it around at the back. I just want to see this because I think this may be. Yeah, that's okay. So that worked. So that's fine. Don't want that. Don't want that. We'll go with this, and we'll see if we can get. Strange thing is, it just doesn't seem to be. So Preston attacking at mid press, all Preston with the Portsmouth Preston game. Norwich City isn't actually going yet. Well, Wolverhampton, Southampton.
So no surprise, the away team, Southampton, are unchanged.
We are. We've finally got on the Norwich Bristol City game, even if people aren't going to watch me.
Right, so they haven't kicked off yet.
They haven't kicked off yet.
Sunday coming up, so
there we go. Who's going to go score first? I mean, I think Wickham could be one of the first teams to score. Birmingham could be first against Northampton. In the Championship, we've got Sunderland versus Coventry. Sunderland could very well be the first team in the Championship, but don't bank against Preston North End. They could be the first one as well. Norwich, Southampton have just gone behind against Wolverhampton. It's Wolverhampton 1, Southampton 0. The first goal in all the top three leagues. In fact, in all top four leagues is Wolverhampton. First team to let one in is Southampton. It's Wolverhampton 1, Southampton 0. As we go into the Championship, it's Derby County versus Plymouth. Let's have a look at Derby County versus Plymouth. So Derby County, as we kick off at Norwich City. And Norwich City are getting us underway with Long now, and kicks it forward just to give it straight to Bristol City. And guess who's got it? It's Bird from Bristol City. Oh dearie me.
The situation is that it finds itself in a position where both these sides feel like they should be higher on the table, as you say, particularly Norwich. But at the moment,
so at the minute, we are just with the Wolverhampton game. We are just with the only goal we have is the Wolverhampton game.
In the second half of the season, but you end up in a group of 10-12 teams that think they can do that.
Norwich City just trying to work it away from the back third again. Just having a quick look. Which one? I actually fancy a little bit of a bet here. Let's go for Birmingham to win. Huddersfield to win.
We can talk about all preparation.
Extra Charlton's difficult, isn't it?
Pretty good first 11.
And the teams are playing twice a week. He does sort out the week from the chaff. And even some of the better teams can't do it. Can't play twice a week and do it effectively. Watch Leeds in midweek getting beaten up by Millwall.
We are replacing a bet. £1 bet, 7.5 for 1 against. It's Birmingham to win, it's Huddersfield to win, and Cambridge to win. So that's good. That's £8.88 back if I win that one. So that's okay, that's that one done, and we are now playing, and it's League One and Championship. However, we have, and Norwich are on the attack, and then Norwich there in Saints into the right hand corner.
Eventually he's off balance. He puts the ball, I was going to say into the crowd ball like it, Steve, but I like him.
He got all the way down the right hand side, and then Seagull. Not in Norwich, no. I don't think so. So we are 3 o'clock. We're 16 minutes in, so I did say game-wise, 2 minutes in game-wise, so we'll give it another 13 minutes. I don't mind. Birmingham, Northampton. Let's have a look again. Birmingham, Northampton, and we're expecting a Birmingham onslaught, but Northampton have the ball with Baldwin, and it's 82% possession so far in the first 3 minutes and 41 seconds. I don't know how the hell they worked that one out. And kicks it in, and it's a Burge clearance for Northampton, and it's looking ominous down there in Birmingham, or up there in Birmingham even. It looks all Birmingham City as Northampton, certainly, as Birmingham lose it to Northampton in their own area. But, who knows? Who knows? Wolverhampton 1, Southampton 0. That's the first goal of the day. Well, of the three. And there's one in the League 2. It's Milton Keynes 0, Swindon 1. Our friends at Fleetwood. What's happening there? Fleetwood, Bradford. Because Bradford are doing really well, aren't they? Fleetwood are on the attack. Timeline, what's happening? Three penalty to Fleetwood. Let's wait and watch this. It's a penalty to Fleetwood. Our friend down there, I do actually support. He's a really good lad. He's the lad from Fleetwood, isn't he? He's a great laugh to watch. And Fleetwood have a penalty against Bradford, and Fleetwood now. Let's see the penalty for Fleetwood.
How does this not end up in the back of the net? I don't know, is the honest answer, because it looks like it's nothing. Looks like it's just going to be chested down to begin with. Defenders are there, but really, Marcondes gets
goal to Fleetwood, and it's a goal to Fleetwood.
Just gives it a little flick round the keeper, O'Leary.
So Norwich nearly scored there, but it's Fleetwood 1, Bradford 0. That's not in our league, so we're not going to be watching it. However, we have a goal at Derby. We may be able.
Looking for his second of the season, I'm reliably informed. But anyway, in comes the ball, and it's a shocker. We all hate that, don't we? But I don't know. I thought that kicking the ball wasn't that difficult, but when you can't beat.
So we have Derby 1, Plymouth 0.
Sublime, too dreadful. But anyway.
So we have our first goal in the Championship. How about League 1? League 1's still bare. Let's have a look. Crawley versus Huddersfield. Surely Huddersfield can come up with a goal at Crawley. Crawley and now Huddersfield have just had an attack. So Crawley now. It is actually all Crawley. Believe it or not, it's all Crawley. I cannot believe it. 66% possession so far to Crawley. They're making sure they keep the ball. They did this against, what was it, 0-0, Crawley versus Burton, was it, 0-0, and did they lose? They might have lost it, can't remember. But Crawley did this for most of the first half, and they did a damn good job of it. But let's see if they carry on with it.
A good effort closing down, and now the ball bundle into the area.
Nothing else in the Premier League. It's still Wolverhampton 1, Southampton 0, at Brentford, Crystal Palace and West Ham.
The Robins nearly a great opportunity there.
Yeah, too many mistakes from both.
Sunderland versus Coventry. We're gonna go to Sunderland versus Coventry. So managerless Coventry now have the ball with Binks and Binks in defence. Now actually Coventry have started with 67% possession. Now this would get worrying to me, that if they play superb now, then to me that is the players wanted him out, and the players have made sure that they get him out by playing crap, which is not right. It's not good. So Bristol City are attacking quite consistently now at Norwich. They nearly let one in. And Collins now for Coventry. They're all too far at the back, isn't it? we've had a just had another corner. Just had a corner to Sunderland. It came out to Roberts. Roberts now back to Sunderland, and Sunderland are just didn't do very well on that corner. They got kicked straight out. Roberts now. And it goes out for a Coventry throw, but back for a Sunderland throw. Looking at both games is quite interesting, actually. At the minute, looks like Norwich City are on the attack. I think whoever gets in the lead could very well try and sit back on it at Norwich Bristol, because at the minute it's sort of end to end. Roberts, Hume, Roberts, Rigg, and we're trying to get trying to get it in Sunderland, but they just can't get it past. They tried to the left hand side with Kirkin. Mundle try and cross it. He does. It goes all the way to the other side to Haji right, and then he passes it. It eventually gets to Van Evik on the right. But he clips it out, misses it, clips it out, and it's a Sunderland throw. We'll wait for this one. It's Sunderland throwing, quite dangerous. Kirkin loses it to Kirkin. Crosses it, but Binks gets out, loses it to Roberts, and Roberts gets dispossessed by Wright. Haji Wright, and Wright can run out. He's doing a pretty good job of it as well, but he loses it. And Sunderland, nice little chip in for Roberts, right on the byline. And he's pulling back, he's running into the box, passes it back to Rigg on the edge of the box there. And it's a goal. I think it's a goal. Is it a goal? No. No, Mundle. Dear Lord, it's passed with Rigg, and Rigg shoots, and it's all back out again. And Neil, oh my word, Sunderland are really pounding that goal, and it's back to Rigg, and Neil, and Torp grabs it, kicks it out of Sante, but Neil gets it back, and Asante gets it back, kicks it out. Mepham now has it, and Sunderland are really, really on fire at the minute, and it goes to Rigg down the middle, and back to Kirkin on the left-hand side, and we'll just wait for this particular break to finish. 09. Back into Brown to Hume. Hume crosses it, but Van Evik gets that one and passes it out to Rodoni. And all of a sudden we're seeing, it's a dangerous throw-in now for Sunderland, right by the flag. That's Sunderland. That's a bad throw-in, but he loses it to Isidore, but then grabs it back at the second attempt, and Rodoni can try and do his best at stemming the flow of Sunderland. So Sunderland are really, really on fire at the minute down there. And Southampton have equalised. It's Wolverhampton 1. Oh no, it's been disallowed. So Southampton's equaliser has been disallowed.
You'd be getting good odds if you pick those two goal scorers out, wouldn't you? You don't see Sarabi
League One, we have a goal in the Wigan game, and look at this, look who it is, it's Wigan 0, Wickham 1. So Wigan 0, Wickham 1. And now Wickham are 3 points ahead, well, 2 points ahead, 2 points ahead in the league. Derby County 1, Plymouth 0. And it's still Wolverhampton 1, Southampton 0, because it's been chalked off. So that's Southampton goal there, chalked off. A VAR check there. Now go to Portsmouth versus Preston while you listen to the Norwich Bristol City game. And Portsmouth have a shot, but it's off target again. They've really got to get more of these shots on target. They keep, 3 shots, 1 on target. That's probably more than what they usually shoot on target, to be honest. But Preston, no shots yet, and they've got most of the. Preston have slightly edging it on possession, which is really, really strange, because I expected Preston to be able to really keep that possession figure quite high. Preston with the goalkeeper, Holmes. So we'll see what Holmes does, and we'll see the next attack in the Portsmouth-Preston game. Yeah, Middlesbrough 5, Luton 1 earlier, so that was a good game.
I don't know what to do with that.
What did we say? What did we say for the new? We said Middlesbrough 3, Luton 0, and it was 5-1. So we got the right gist. We said it was going to be high scoring, and yeah, it certainly was. It was higher than what we thought. I nearly put 4-0 actually, but I put 3-0. So a shot for Poole for Portsmouth, and this time it was on target, and it came out to McCann for Preston, and Preston are actually under the cosh. I can't believe it, as they kick it out and Portsmouth kick it back in, but Preston lose that, and they lose it to Devlin, and he runs down to the left, passes it back to Dozzle, crosses it to Lang, and Lang can try and get through that brick wall of the back line there, and he just can't do it. He just cannot get in to give and it's gone out for a corner. Yep, has managed to try and get it in. It came off a defender, and it's a corner to Portsmouth. We'll see what happens with the corner. It's coming out. Out. It's kicked out, but it comes left to another Preston player. Kicks it straight out to a Portsmouth player in his own half. Second attempt, Lang grabs it, but loses it to Whiteman. So right in on the halfway line, we have Preston, and they start to build. They've got to be able to do more with crosses, corners, and it's Bristol City goal. Bristol City have taken the lead. You can listen to that in a minute. Here it goes, guys. Listen. What a shot from Anis Mehmeti. He slalomed at the edge of the area. And it's Norwich 0, Bristol City 1. Now what's happening to Norwich City? They started badly. They took the baton and started playing well, and all of a sudden they're pretty average. I can't believe it. They have got a better than average team, honestly. I don't know what's happening. And it's at Norwich, so very, very good indeed. 16 minutes. 70% possession to Norwich, and they're 1-0 down. Bristol City have had 1 shot on goal, and they have 1-0 in the lead. And Bournemouth have just scored against Brentford.
space because everybody else.
And Leeds have now scored against QPR.
And he threaded it into the corner, didn't he? As you say, Mon never has a chance.
So Leeds there. Leeds 1, QPR 0.
Kind of scuffed sort of efforts, but it rattles into the side netting just.
So Leeds 1. So we're getting some goals now. Sunderland have scored. Sunderland have scored. Is this going to be the floodgates? They were certainly pushing for an opener there, and they have got it. It's Sunderland 1, Coventry 0. Let's look in the in League One. At the minute, it doesn't look. Oh yeah, there's just that Wigan 0, Wycombe 1. Wow, things are starting to move now as we get to a point where I might actually just, if nobody's on, be very, very careful. I got hacked off without this lunchtime and disappeared. We're at a point where I may just turn off. Oh, and it's such a shame. I do enjoy doing 3 o'clock lives as well, and it's just if I get no people watching, then it's just a pain in the arse, and I'll just turn it off. We have at the minute Sunderland 1, Coventry 0. Norwich 0, Bristol City 1, Leeds 1, QPR 0, Derby 1, Plymouth 0, Wolverhampton 1, Southampton 0, although they had Southampton had a goal disallowed, Brentford 0, Bournemouth 1. So the only game without a goal in the Championship of the 5 is Portsmouth. So we're expecting a goal at Birmingham. Oh, Preston have a shot, but it's kicked straight back out again. Watmore, and then it goes straight to them across it. Pack has a shot off target again. Come on, guys. They're doing well. It's 6 shots, 6 shots for Portsmouth, 2 on target, no goals. No shots and no goals and none on target for Preston. At the minute, it's just all. It's actually all Preston, to be honest. But all the shots are from Portsmouth. So it's Derby 1, Plymouth 0, Leeds 1, QPR 0, Norwich 0, Bristol City 1, Portsmouth 0, Preston 0, and Sunderland 1, Coventry 0. And I want to have a quick look. We're going to nip out of that just for a minute, because we're going to have a look at the table here. We're going to have a look at just a couple of the teams here who are either winning or losing. And go into the table. We have Sunderland first on 33, Leeds second on 29, Sheffield United in third on 28. Who do we have down here? Cardiff are in 21st position on after their defeat on 15 points. Coventry are 18th at the minute on 15. One more goal and they could go down to 19th, I think, so that would be a bit bad, wouldn't it? Luton didn't win, so that's them screwed. Yeah, it's an interesting time. I mean, this is. I think that you see that's the thing. Coventry couldn't actually, even if they lost, which they looks like they might do, they weren't going to be, because of their goal difference, they weren't likely to go any further down. It just seemed a bit of an insane decision. Oh dear, Norwich City offside. Let's go to Sunderland versus Coventry. Oh, Coventry right in there, pulls it back, but Meffin grabs that one, and on 22 minutes it's out for a corner. So Coventry City, now can they do something from a corner? Now Coventry are quite good at corners, aren't they? I do seem to remember Coventry being pretty decent at corners.
fullbacks in my opinion. Sorensen should be in the space behind.
Comes in, oh, it's a short one, kicked in, and then it gets to Moore, and Moore for Sunderland kicks it out to the left hand side for Neil, and Neil tries a through ball, but where the hell's Latterbodia? Wow. So yeah, we're doing well here.
From a Bristol City point of view in midfield. So at the moment, Norwich, there needs to be a little bit of a reset about how they're breaking away from this press through the central positions, because to me the space is out wide.
So Rig, Neil. So Sunderland now trying to come back, and Kirkin now. So Kirkin on the right, left hand side, and let's see what Sunderland can do. They're 1-0 up. At the minute, it's actually quite even. Sunderland are slightly edging it, but at the minute it's and Sunderland lose it in their own half, and Torp passes it back to Kitchen, back to Binks, and they're going back into their own half, back to the right hand side, and Thomas now takes it down the right hand side to Rodoni as we listen to Norwich versus Bristol City. So if you wanted to know who that one is, it's Norwich versus Bristol City. Sunderland now on their left in their own half, and they're not actually doing too bad. In fact, Coventry played rather well from the off, and it's a little bit iffy. This, I think, yeah, they got rid of their manager, and they've not been playing that well. And all of a sudden, they get rid of the manager. They play really well, and although they're 1-0 down, they did start the liveliest. And you have to think, did the players actually want this sacking? And you know, I was worried after the first 2 or 3 minutes because they were playing so well. You're thinking, this isn't the same team. If they go on and win this one, then you know, it's a bit iffy. Did the players want it? Did the players consult together to get it done? If so, they've got their wish. But who the hell are they going to get in next? You know. But Sunderland, being Sunderland, have managed to get a goal, and it's a bit of a ping pong ball now in the Coventry half. But finally, Sunderland pass it to the middle for Neil, and Norwich couldn't finish that one. And Sunderland now will pass it to the left for Kirkin. Kirkin now.
I know it's always border science. I love watching him in that sense. The battle that he does here, he's on the
Kirkin's trying to pull it back, but oh great! I do like it when it logs me out. But Kirkin now for Sunderland. O'Leary for Bristol City. Oh, tries passing it quickly. That was a quick break down the right hand side, but Norwich managed to stop that one quickly. Put that one back on.
He's not bad going forward. He doesn't seem to be able to defend.
But Sunderland are looking like they could win this one quite easily. Oh, it's Brentford 1, Bournemouth 1. Still Wolverhampton 1, Swansea. Wolverhampton 1, Southampton 0. It's Derby 1, Plymouth 0, Leeds 1, QPR 0, Norwich 0, Bristol City 1, Portsmouth 0, Preston 0, but Portsmouth are attacking, they just can't get a ball on target. Sunderland 1, Coventry 0. League 1, we have a goal at Peterborough, and it's Peterborough 1, Cambridge 0. Now Peterborough are just gonna mess my my bet up because I haven't got those to win. So Peterborough 1, and it's now Stevenage 1, Reading 0. That's an interesting one. Stevenage Reading. We thought it might be 0-0. It's certainly not going to be 0-0 now, is it? Stevenage 1, Reading 0. So we'll put that one in for you, for anybody who. And the Stockport there, that's got a T in it, hasn't it? I'll put that across. We've had 1 or 2 people in, however, it's not a lot. Grimsby have just scored against Wimbledon. Bromley are already down to 10 men against Cheltenham. Lots of goals in League Two. Fleetwood's penalty we saw actually. Fleetwood Town 1, Bradford 0. So we now have suddenly 3 goals in League One. Peterborough 1, Cambridge 0. Stevenage 1, Reading 0, and Wigan 0, Wickham 1. And we're going to go into Birmingham versus Northampton. And when we come out, we're going to say goodbye. And we might go to the Portsmouth game and then we'll say goodbye. Because there's nobody in. Shot off target for Anderson, and Birmingham 78% possession to Birmingham. Hell, 7 shots to Birmingham, none on target. Remember that. 2 shots to Northampton, 1 on target. Yeah, they could be 1-0 up now, and obviously they'd probably get paid back later on. But it's all part of the game, isn't it? There's a goal kick now, I think, for Northampton. Kicks it forward right into the really long and hard, but Birmingham kick it back in. Northampton try to do a quick, easy 1-2 in midfield, but Williamson intercepts that one. Iwata, Williamson, nice 1-2 in the middle. Williamson back to Clara, back to Bellick, Cochrane. Anderson, Bellick, Cochrane. Oh, Hoskins grabs that one and back to Magliore. And tries pushing it forward. It comes back to McGeehan for Northampton. And Northampton, they're holding their own at the minute. Although Williamson gets that one, and what's Williamson going to do here? He's passed it to Alfie May on the left and across to Cochrane and back to Iwata. They're just knocking it around midfield. I think they're going to score, but I think they're just taking their time and they're just not wanting it to go too silly. They just would not. I think what they've done in the past several games is push forward too much, and then they've been pegged back at the in the first few minutes, and then they've had to come back and win it, which they have. But it's obviously a little bit easier if you just don't do that. So Peterborough 1, Cambridge 0, Stevenage 1, and we will call it a day, and we will end soon. I'm sorry about that. Another day where people just don't want to turn up. I think this channel will become just a running channel. It's I might do a couple of predictions now and again, a couple of videos. We'll carry on with the news videos. I think the news videos are important. I have another channel that's not doing too bad. I suppose I'll just have to concentrate on that one. It's a shame that I have to close the football side of this channel down. It really is. I really wanted to. Stockport have scored. Stockport. Let's just put the last few. Let's put the last few on here, shall we? Just to do it. It's as Peterborough scored a second. So Peterborough 2, Stevenage 1-0. Stockport have scored against Bolton. Oh, we can put a few goals in before we give up the ghost, can't we? It's to Late Norwich 0-0. Everything else is 0-0 in League One. I really wanted to see Portsmouth score before we finished our football on this channel. However, it doesn't look like we're going to get it. Unless Devlin can score now. Murphy, Doyle off target for Norwich. Oh, comes across, but that's saved by Preston. And we will call it a day. It's Jon S Sports channel. Over and out. Sorry you didn't like me, but